Hi, welcome to the third video in how to teach a dog recall. What we'll be doing today is adding distractions. So just like in the last video, we'll be on either tethered in a standard length lead, or again you can just have the standard lead and do it that way. What we're going to do is simply add distractions. I spoke last time about adding distractions, and the importance of doing it is the earlier you can add distractions, the better. And it's also much better to begin to add distractions while you have absolute total control, because like all things, we want to set the dog up to succeed, not to fail, and that's what it's about. The more times the dog succeeds, the quicker it learns. You simply don't want to allow the dog to fail. So shortly, when we begin to add distractions, again by taking control and adding corrections if I need them on a very short controllable lead, lets me ensure that this dog won't fail. Now at any point when you go to the next level, whether it's this one or another one, and your dog begins to struggle and isn't handling it, simply go back a level. Never be afraid to go back a level and go back through it. The dog isn't handling the level you're on, then it's not ready for it yet. So if I begin these distractions, again this is Koji's first lesson at this level with distractions, so if I begin to add distractions today and he's just not handling it, and then I'll simply go back to the previous level and I'll run him back through that until I'm sure he's ready for this level again, and then I'll try this level again. And if he succeeds, then we'll continue on this level until I'm sure he's 100% with it. And if he doesn't succeed again, then we go back. The other thing is, if you're absolutely sure that the previous level he's absolutely perfect on, but he's not handling the next level, lower the distractions. Make them smaller and smaller and smaller until he gets it, and then start making them bigger. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll be stopping the video in between each distraction so I can just set up, and we'll be doing a variety of distractions that'll involve either other people, other dogs, or food, or something like that. So whether or not whatever your circumstances are, whether you have a family or friends to rely on, whether or not you have other dogs that you can add to the mix, or whether there's nobody there that can help you, I'll give you a distraction that you can begin to do just with your dog in this video. Alright, so we'll be back soon. We'll just set up the first one. Hi, so I've just set up the first distraction. The first distraction is just going to be some kibble. So we've set that in his bowl there. What I'll do is walk away from it, and then I'll set him free, so he'll either begin to go for the bowl or at least look at it. He'll be distracted by it. Generally his training will keep him away from it unless he's given a specific command. But the distraction will be there, and then we're going to try and recall him. Now we're not going to let him get close enough to eat, just close enough that he thinks he's got an opportunity to. At the eating will be further down the line. So we'll see how he goes with it. Koji, come on, with me. Good boy. Free. Come on, free. So I just want him not paying attention to me. He's just waiting for a command for the food. Come on, free. Yes, free. Koji, come here. Yes. Good boy. Good with me. Okay, free. You're free. Koji, come here. Good boy. Koji, free. What's this? That's it. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Good. With me. Alright, so there's the first distraction you can use is food, and depending on how well your dog is trained around food will depend on just how distracting that is. For him it's a light distraction, it's just Kibble sitting in a bowl and he hasn't been told that that's his or he can take it. So the distraction's there that it's food, but he's not sure what to do with it. He's just waiting really for a command. But it gives a light distraction. Alright, we'll set up the next distraction and we'll be back shortly. So this is going to be the second distraction. As you can see, I've got my wife down there and she'll be just feeding him treats. And what I'll do is I'll connect him up to me and I'll begin to ask him to recall away from her and the treat. So we'll see how he goes with this one. We'll be back shortly. Hi, so here we are back again. Now Koji's with my wife getting treats. So the trick here is to call him off the treats and see how he goes. Koji, to me! Yes! Good boy! Yes. So I'll call him off and he'll get the treat. And he's getting the same treat that my wife's giving him. So I'm not relying on a better quality treat or a higher valued treat, because what I want him to do is not come for the treat but come because he's been asked to. So what I'm asking him to do is leave that treat that he's already getting to come to me and get exactly the same treat. Alright, so we'll do that again. Koji.
Koji.
So we'll sit him in there to the treats. We'll wait till he's eating away. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good. Good. With me. Alright, so that's the second distraction, and that's just have somebody be treating them. You call them off the treat. You're waiting until they're eating the treat. So hold the treat. Get the person to hold the treat so the dog has to work a little bit so it just doesn't go. So they just hold the treat and the dog begins to nibble on it, and as soon as the dog is engaged in nibbling on that treat, recall the dog at that point and then feed them a treat. Alright, we'll be back shortly with the next distraction. Okay, so this time we're up to distractions with food again. This time we're giving one of his favourite treats, and that's a tin of sardines. We're going to see how he goes off that. Koji. Koji, to me. Yes. Come on. Yes. Good boy. Koji. Yes. Koji. Good. With me. You can see there he's wanting to turn back and turn back, but I've just kept going until I've got him on the line I want him on. So he's come away very well, but he's wanting to turn back. So you can see this is a much higher valued treat. So this helps with a couple of things. This also helps to call the dog off food as well. So we'll just go again. What's that? Koji. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Good. You can see that time he's done that much better with me. Because you'll begin to know that he doesn't have a choice. I've asked him to come and that's his job, and that's what he'll have to do. But his reward will be for doing this 100%, is at the end of it, I will let him eat that. So he'll also begin to realise that I can take the food or take him away from food, but at the end we'll have a nice little trust thing going that he knows that he'll always get it at the end, as long as he does the right thing. So we'll do this once more. Koji. Good boy. That's it. Good boy. With me. To me. Yes. Good boy. Good. With me. Even though a bit of a wrong command to start there. So once more. We'll come right up to it. That's it. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Yes, with me. As you can see, he's coming away from that really nicely. Koji. Hey. So now I'll let him have it. And we'll be back soon once he's finished his meal and we set up another distraction. Okay, so I've just released the other dogs, and this distraction is going to be calling Koji off the other dog. So we'll see how he goes here. This will be in the middle of him playing. So I'll just let him get some ground. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Okay, free. So the trick here is to be able to get him, control of him when he's in the middle of playing. Koji, to me. Yes. And again we've got this nice lead, so good boy. Free. If he doesn't come, we can use this lead to give him a double tug and pull. And bring him in towards us. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Good. He's coming off that really nicely. Like I said, this short lead allows me to have really good control. And so it's very difficult for the dog to fail. Kuma, to me. Play. Koji, to me. Yes. Good boy. Good. With me. Okay. Alright, so it's exactly the same principle. Using this to bring him off. If he doesn't come straight off, the double tug, and then guide him in with this so he can't fail. And this is why we add distractions this early. So one, we have control, and two, so they start getting used to distractions and coming under a little bit of pressure. Like anything, if you go to do this or any of these distractions and it's not working, if you can't get your dog off the most basic distraction, then you need to step back and go to the previous exercise and redo that and then revisit this exercise. If you can get him off the kibble, for instance, but you can't get him off a better treat, then you stay at the kibble until it's stronger, or put a treat that the dog values in between the kibble and the fish. So these are just a bunch of distractions. There are more that you can do. And you can also minimise those a little bit. So it all depends on your dog, its own personality and where it's at. Alright, so on the next video we'll be looking at adding distance. So recall now will be done next will be done on a 15-foot lead. And once we have the 15-foot lead down, we will add distractions on the 15-foot lead. Alright, hope this helps.